Hi, I'm Shauna, and I'm excited to introduce you to the ADDIE model of instructional design. What's ADDIE? It's a dynamic process of purposeful, strategic course design used by educators in a wide variety of settings. ADDIE is an especially useful tool for educators who want to link classroom ideas with tangible outcomes, delivering lessons that help their learners address real-world challenges. Where did ADDIE come from? ADDIE was first developed in 1975 at Florida State University to help the United States Army achieve its technical training goals. Since then, it has evolved and expanded its reach to help educators across military branches, workplace professional development, K-12 classrooms, and higher education for in-person and online courses. ADDIE is a 5-step process with ongoing formative evaluation at its core. A is for analyze, the first D is for design, and the second D is for develop. I is for implement. E is for evaluate. Ongoing formative evaluation means that you check in at each step to make sure the project is progressing as hoped, making changes along the way as necessary. Let's take a moment to explore each of these steps. Analyze. When following the ADDIE model of instructional design, you begin with an analysis of the lesson's focus, the puzzle, problem, or topic. You take into consideration your learner's needs, as well as the opportunities and resources available to you as an educator. In the analysis phase, you establish the foundation for the rest of your process by defining your purpose as an educator and the context in which you're developing your course. Questions you might consider in the formative evaluation of this step include: do we really have the time and money to achieve the goals we're setting? Do I really understand what my learners need? Or do I need to consult more recent literature on the topic or conduct a needs assessment? Design. In the design phase, you deliberately develop a plan of action to reach the broad goals identified in your analysis. You set measurable learning objectives and learning outcomes. And you create a storyboard to chart your path. In this process, you determine specifically what your students need to take away from the course, how you will convey that information, and how you will ask them to demonstrate this learning. You thoughtfully consider how to leverage the tools, time, and resources available to effectively communicate with your learners, realistically accounting for potential barriers to development and implementation of your intended approach. In the formative evaluation of this step, your focus should be on confirming that you have the best content to achieve your objectives. Potential questions include: is this the best way at my disposal to deliver this content? Have I organized my lesson in a way that's logical and clear? Are my storyboard and script polished and ready to go, or do I need someone else to review these materials first? If I have a script, is it copy edited and written in shorter, clear sentences that are easily understood when read? And can I properly cite all of my sources and graphics? Develop. The development phase is where all of your planning comes together into a product. Materials are created and tested, and your vision becomes a tangible reality. A note of caution: if you skip ahead to the development phase too quickly, it may drag on forever. Be sure to enter the development phase with a clear vision and buy-in from any collaborators. Before you begin to develop, you want to be as confident as possible that your approach is likely to produce positive results. You have the resources you need to create any materials, and your content is solid. With this in place, the development phase can be a fun, creative process. Formative evaluation questions at this stage should focus on how your new course materials are functioning. Are your handouts and visuals easy to read and ADA compliant? Are your graphics displaying properly? Are there any technical errors or bugs to work out before your learners complete your lessons? This is a great time to bring in beta testers, reviewers who will try out the product as if it were live to give you a learner's perspective. While you may change some unclear content or organization at this point, if you are making significant changes, it's likely that you didn't invest enough time in the earlier stages. It's important to note that numerous or significant changes to design or vision after development are likely to set back your completion time substantially. Implement. Implementation is the phase in which you actually deliver your course to your learners. If your course is in person, this is when you finally get to meet and share your materials and activities with your students. If it's an online course, this is when your lessons go live and you begin to track your learners' progress. Formative assessment at this phase can include instructor reflection on the lesson's strengths and weaknesses, student feedback and behavior, and feedback from others involved in the course delivery. Evaluate. There are two types of evaluation in ADDIE. While formative assessment is the ongoing process of reviewing the course as it's created and taught, summative evaluation is a full assessment of the course at completion. Summative assessment takes you back to learning outcomes and learning objectives to determine if the course achieved what you intended it to achieve. Were your learners successful in performing to the standards you expected? Why or why not? If there were gaps, what were they? Did all of the course materials facilitate student learning as intended, or do they need revision? Did your learners struggle with any of the assessments or portions of the assessments in ways that you didn't anticipate? If so, how can you revise the course activities or assessments to help them be more successful in the future? And yes, you should evaluate your evaluation process. Did your methodology fit your questions? Did you ask the right questions to help you improve the course meaningfully? Honest, thoughtful evaluation is incredibly valuable because it can help you continue to improve your course from year to year, and it will push you closer to reaching your programmatic objectives and institutional goals. It's worthwhile to make sure you're doing this well. ADDIE, 5 steps to help you make the most of your opportunity to support your students in successfully tackling real-world problems. Analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate to achieve the best results for your course.